Hey folks, it's time for our Wednesday edition of Living Soil and Worms, and this week we're talking about why you should get worms in the ground to do the hard work for you. Worms are nature's soil engineers, and they've been perfecting this job for millions of years. Here is what that means. They tunnel through the soil. They're not just squirming around. They're creating little highways that carry air deep down and make room for water to soak in instead of running off the surface. Imagine the difference between compacted dirt that repels water like a parking lot versus soil full of worm channels where rain soaks in and roots breathe easy. That's the power of having worms on the job. Let's chat about worm castings for a second. When you've got worms in the ground, every time they move, eat, and digest, they're leaving behind castings right at the root zone. Think of it as a drip system of nutrients and microbes feeding your plants around the clock. No hauling buckets, no spreading bags, no worrying if you've overfed. The worms are doing all the dosing and balancing for you, and they do it better than we ever could. Here's where it gets even more exciting. Worms double as your built-in composting system. Every fallen leaf, every bit of mulch, every scrap of organic matter becomes worm food. Instead of throwing it in a pile and waiting months, they break it down into a form that plants and microbes can use immediately. That means no hauling, no turning piles, and no mixing. Just a living system that runs itself day and night. If you find this type of stuff interesting or useful, do me a favor and share or join our community in the description for more tidbits of information. Now let's get back to it. One of my favorite combinations in the garden is worms plus mulch. Mulch on the surface protects your soil like a blanket, but it also feeds worms as it breaks down. At night, worms come up, pull little bits of mulch back into their burrows and feast. While the mulch is slowly decomposing on top, the worms are working underneath, keeping the soil alive and constantly cycling. It's teamwork at its finest. Surface cover meeting underground life to keep everything humming. All this activity builds resilience into your soil. Worms don't just improve fertility for this season, they're setting up your soil to be better every year. Their tunnels improve structure, their castings feed microbes, and their constant work reduces the need for outside inputs. Instead of pouring money into fertilizers or amendments, you're investing in a system that gets stronger with time. That's how you move from a fragile garden that needs babysitting to a thriving system that runs on its own momentum. Here's the part I really love. Worms are the ultimate low-maintenance garden partner. They don't need watering schedules, they don't complain, and they never ask for a day off. They just keep working 24/7, aerating, fertilizing, and maintaining your soil without you lifting a finger. Less work for you, and that's a trade-off I think every gardener can get behind. When you step back and look at the big picture, worms have the power to take ordinary dirt and transform it into living soil. Dirt alone doesn't do much, it's lifeless. But once worms move in, the whole system changes. They bring in air, water, microbes, nutrients, and structure, and suddenly your soil is alive, thriving, and ready to grow healthier plants year after year. That's when gardening stops feeling like a struggle and starts feeling like nature is giving you a hand. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week.